Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Citadelum. You joined us on the world map. We are in the last level of the Last Conqueror of Britannia DLC campaign, Never Be Accused of Delaying War. And today, we're going to war. So you can see up here, we have a military population that exceeds around about 645. We have 20 explorers ready for deployment as well, and we have not done anything on the map. Our enemy raid risk is 80%, and I've been spending a bit of time just getting population increased and training up my soldiers because I didn't want to be sat around doing nothing. We have still got 12 unemployed defense personnel waiting for somewhere to go. We have festivals being held. A lot of our buildings now have full kind of readiness and full staffing. We do need to buy some more gladiators though, because one of them has been killed in combat. We're going to put on another play just to keep people entertained for now. We haven't yet built the large chariot racing arena. We're not going to do that just yet. I don't even know if we're actually going to need it. We might be able to finish this one without it. So our remaining missions are to free the city of Taxilong, Akron, Dun, and Cawdor. Now, Cawdor, obviously you might know if you know Shakespeare's Macbeth, Cawdor is somewhere where Macbeth becomes a thing. But we are going to start exploring and we're going to deploy some legions in readiness. So we're going to deploy a legion right here. They're going to go take on that 91 strong enemy band that is there. If I have a quick look at what they've actually got, you can see they've got 49 infantry and 42 archers. So we're going to deploy a legion. We are going to send out, so to take on the infantry, we're going to need archers. So we're going to send 100 archers, and we're also going to send 100 units of cavalry to drive into those archers. We'll take on 2 centurions. Oh, I can't. We'll drop down the infantry to 60. The cavalry to 60. We'll take 2 centurions and we'll fill up the remaining with some infantry just to hold them at bay. We'll then have our second legion go here. Let's have a look at what the enemy's got in that side. 60 archers. So we'll send out another legion, and that one is going to be 100 cavalry. We'll take 2 centurions, and we might as well take some archers to back them up. There we go. So our second legion and our first legion are out. And this legion is going to head on here. We'll actually do this battle ourselves and then we'll simulate. I'm coming to the end of Citadelum, really. It's been such a fun game to play, but it becomes quite samey. Like, once you've got enough money in the bank and you're making a decent profit, the game is quite easy. And that's a shame because it means the longevity of things kind of drops down a little bit. And I don't think I'll be doing the other campaigns. If there's enough of a request for them and people really want to see them, yeah, I'll do them. But for now, I don't think I'm going to continue it. Which is fine, because it's been a great game and I've enjoyed playing it. So we're going to finish this campaign strong, and we're going to say goodbye to Citadelum for now. Obviously, if the devs come up with some more expansions and things start to be, you know, I decide I want to come and play it again, I will do that. But for now, we say goodbye. Right, we're going to pause as soon as we start the battle. We're then going to have these archers here are going to attack that infantry. No, these archers are going to attack that infantry. This archer is going to go here, this one to here. These cavalry are going to push straight through and go for the archers at the back. And this infantry unit is going to head for the middle. We're going to have these guys head over here, and this one is going to head here. Off we go. Let's see how we do. So our cavalry is being charged down by the infantry, but the archers are able to loose off some archers. We're going to lose some cavalry here, but that's fine. If you have a look, we're overwhelming them, basically. They've only got the archers left now, and they'll go down pretty quickly, and that should be our victory. There's still some infantry in there, but they're about to go down as well. So we do lose 24 units of cavalry and 1 centurion, who probably wasn't as well trained as he should have been, because that should have been an easy victory for him. But we'll deploy an explorer, and then we'll start looking at these other regions, where we will probably uncover some more enemies. We're still exploring up there, and then our second legion is going to head in here. We're going to simulate this battle, which sees us absolutely wiped them out. No losses at all. Great. So I've got an explorer to deploy here. They're then going to go into that area, and another one is going to head off into this space, and then that explorer there is going to head up into that territory there. Now, this legion did lose some cavalry, so we're going to head back to our settlement where our training is going to go ahead in earnest. We're going to train up 20 units of cavalry in each one of these cavalry training buildings, and that will replenish our forces quite nicely. And we're going to do the same. Actually, we're going to keep on putting out infantry and archers as well. So this is what I was doing off camera before the start of this episode. Because of the way that your training queue works, you can't just enter a number. You also can't click and hold, which is quite frustrating. You just have to click and click and click. I feel like I'm playing one of those idle clicking games, which is quite frustrating. And if I haven't got the levels on the mic right, I'm really sorry, but you're hearing this rampant clicking while I improve that. Like, unless I've missed something massive, which could be quite funny if like I've done this the whole time, and actually if I just go in fact, I'm going to check that. I'm going to finish off this last 20 here in the archer training building, and then when we do the infantry, I'm just going to have a quick look at the management window there. Religion, legion, yeah, again, that doesn't do anything. Jobs and stuff. You can see I've also improved the daily salary because we're making so much money. We're able to just keep that going. So what have we got here? 10 plebeians to leave our city, or this one. We'll pardon them. That's gonna, that won't be good, but we can really cope with all of this sort of stuff. And again, I'm going to do this. That gives me more money. The gods are not happy, but it's fine. We can always sacrifice some pigs to help them or hold a festival. And that's another thing that I've noticed. You can sacrifice or what have you and hold festivals. The gods are unhappy, but it's not too much of an issue, because what happens when you get attacked by a god, I think this is something else the game could do to increase the difficulty level, is, make these gods, make the wrath of the gods more punishing. They destroy a couple of buildings, or they'll take some resources. We have some stuff here. We're going to give Prosperina's pomegranate to you. We've also got some legions here. If we build 2 armories, we will receive 2. We will receive some gladiators, so we can do that once the attack is over. I'm just going to continue training these troops. Oops, it was just 20 I wanted. And then we'll keep going with these ones as well, all the way up to 20. Once you get to this stage, though, it becomes relatively easy. You've got all the resources you need. You've got a decent population size. We've got an angry god here who's going to come down and do some damage to us. It'll be crops because it's Ceres. And that's it, really. It doesn't take much. So if it was more punishing and there were some real issues with how the gods impacted you, I think it would be better. But here we can literally rebuild as she demolishes them. So it becomes a bit, redundant. You don't necessarily need to keep the gods happy, because now all of their happiness resets. They only have 1 temple each. I can now build the armory that I need. So if we go to military, is it military? Defense? No, it's not. Armory is in services, is it? No, it's not. Military. Defense. I don't know where it is. Materials production, it's here. Armory. So we build 1, build another one, and we get 25 units of armor. Then we just demolish them. It really does not matter. So we've got a celebration being held. That's now done. Our arena now has gladiators ready. No, it doesn't. We'll put another play on then. Oh, they're training. They must be learning a new play. So we can't put any events on there. But we do have a festival in honor of Jupiter. We can go to the region map. This legion here, we're going to recall. Then we can continue exploring. Another one going down here. And we'll just continuously explore until we unlock more of the map. So we've got Norman Dykes unlocked there. We can continue moving on into new territory. That is a big legion there. We're under attack again. But I'm confident that we're going to be able to deal with that. Legion 1 can be now reinforced with more cavalry. Let's have a look at what these guys have got. They've got cavalry. Do I have a nice mix here, an even spread? Yes, I do. We should be able to overwhelm them. What about this one here? 146. We're going to need a lot more infantry in another legion there. So we'll deploy a brand new legion. We've got a new relic. We'll deliver that to Mars. We'll deploy a legion that is quite infantry heavy here. So we'll go with 120. We'll give them 1 centurion. We'll do a bit of an even split here. I can't quite fit in enough cavalry, but that will do. So our 3rd legion is going to go here. We're going to simulate the battle there. We'll probably lose this one. Oh, we don't. We actually win. Wow. That is a surprise. So now I can deploy an explorer here, and he can go into that area. And we can deploy another one here who will go there. Down here, Legion 1 is going to head in. We're going to simulate that battle. That should be an easy victory for us. There we go. Done. We move into a new area. We can deploy explorers again. Because we've done all of this groundwork, we're set up really well to just push on and unveil as much of the map as possible. And I've kind of, you know, my strategy always is some element of turtling. You know, you sit back and defend, you build up your armies and your resources, and then you really go for it. Now, we're going to make a few losses here because we haven't got any infantry in there to take down the enemy cavalry, but we now wipe them off the map and can continue exploring, deploying legions and soldiers and moving into new territories. These guys have a 97 strong army there. We're going to keep moving on. What's in this one? 70 archers, so that's going to be a cavalry heavy one. Now, I don't actually have cavalry. Do I have a cavalry heavy army over here somewhere? These guys are pretty cavalry heavy. And then we have something else. A nice new artifact for Apollo. There we go. Then this legion was cavalry heavy, so we're going to move this legion up to here to take on this 97 strong group. Another one. Vulcan's Net going to Minerva. So this legion we're going to reinforce with infantry. There we go. And then they should be able to push on to the archers. There we go. Right, yeah, we'll go in. Simulating the battle. Should be another quick and easy victory because of the number of cavalry we've got. And again, another one goes down. Now, you've noticed I'm not recalling my infantry. I'm just reinforcing them. And that's because every time you recall your legion, when you set up a new one, it gets a new number. I would just like to continually reinforce my units instead of doing all of that sort of stuff. Because it looks a bit unsightly when you have Legion 24 due to laziness. I would rather just reinforce my units. So that's what we're doing moving forward. Do I have anything else? What have we got down here? We have 63 cavalry, so we're going to need an infantry heavy legion there. Help out. They had quite a few infantry in, but I think these guys have just been reinforced with some infantry, so they can move in. What about these guys? We'll actually reinforce them with more infantry. We can bump them all the way up. That gives it a 200 strong legion, and then they can move down here. Now, this looks like a city that we can free. What have they got? They had a lot of cavalry. We'll move in, simulating the battle. Should be a quick one. That's a victory, and we have freed Radix. Not what I was hoping to do, but nonetheless, it gives us another option for trade if we need to. What about here? 86. Yeah, I think if we reinforce here, we can do that. Let's put some archers in for them. We'll put in a few cavalry as well. And more infantry. Now once we explore this territory here, that legion can move in. And again, we have more explorers ready to go. Further down here. Oh, and we're under attack. Doesn't matter. I'm now like ignoring the attacks because I'm so well defended there, and we have so much going on. We don't need to do it. This is a huge map though, which is good to see. And this scout can move forward. This one will actually recall. That's another one. Give the cornucopia to Apollo. This explorer can move further afield as well. The Legion will follow them. Now, this 70 strong legion we haven't done anything about yet, so let's build a new legion. What have we got there? Archers. So a cavalry heavy. I don't really have enough to make it a cavalry heavy legion, but we'll deploy legion number 4 nonetheless, and they will attack, simulating the battle, and again another quick victory for us. Now that lets us move into this area here. We can continue exploring, and we have another legion down here, 55 archers. We'll move this legion to here, and this one further down, and the explorer can move into this area. I'll deploy another explorer who can move there. Again, we continue pushing down. So now that we've got to this phase, we're unlocking a load of new stuff, and we are getting relics, we're keeping our gods happy, and we're getting just lots of exploration done. We have another legion there. That's a pretty sizable one that we're going to need to watch out for. It might well be that training is necessary. We've got another legion there. Tom's Hill has been unlocked as well. We've got another legion there. Now, this is where it's starting to stack up. I'm starting to see a lot more enemy units on the map, and we're starting to need to do a lot more work. We don't have any explorers available now. Map is huge. It is big for the last map. I'm impressed, actually. But we have Mars. We are going to take a blessing from Mars. That's going to give us some more units. And then it might be time to do another bulk training. So to avoid the horrific amount of clicking that's going to take place, so I'm going to actually jump ahead. 5 new territories discovered. 4, 3, 2, blah, blah, blah. We've got all of that done. Mars is happy with us and is giving us a blessing. We have a festival being on, a gladiator battle. Newly trained soldiers ready for action. But at this moment in time, we just need to do some more mass training. And then it could well be... we have Legion 1 here, which is full and ready for battle. So let's have Legion 1 go on the move. Now, they've got a lot of... Yeah, I think we could do that. Let's see how they get on. It's going to be an easy win. Yes, it is. They move forward again. This explorer can move into that territory, and another one through here. We only have 112 units left in that legion, so I'm not going to risk another battle. This legion could do with some reinforcing. We do get 30 new units from Mars's blessing. Right now, I'm just content to have my legions rest and wait. We'll probably be continuously attacked. We currently have a 100% enemy raid risk, which is not good. So what we'll do is we'll go back into our settlement. I'm going to do some training. We will jump ahead until it's all complete. So I'll see you guys once we have a set of new soldiers ready for battle. All right, so we're back on the region map, and this gives us a better picture of where we're at. We have 741 troops who are now ready for action. I'm going to recall most of my scouts so that we can, get them deployed into the areas that we need them in. And that just gives me a better option and a better knowledge of the scouts that I still have alive, given that I started with 20, and some of them will definitely have been killed by enemy raiders. And looking at the map, there's a lot of enemy activity now, simply because we did that mass exploration. So having all of my explorers back is definitely going to be useful, because I can deploy them to new areas once we've cleared them out. Where city is under attack again, but I'm not too worried, so I'm just going to let that attack play out. We should be okay. Some houses did downgrade because my school was demolished, which is slightly unfortunate, but we can cope with that. I have noticed actually that there's some demand for honey, so that's something that we could maybe solve now. If we have a look at our jobs, though, you can see we have 25 jobs offered and still not enough people. We deliver 100 units of armor, but we're currently using most of our armor to train up new units, so that could be a bit of a problem, but we'll try and get that done. Right, so honey, food production. We need a bee farm. Now, the bee farm can be built anywhere. It doesn't need to be on fertile ground, so we're going to do that. We're going to build 2 bee farms, and that's going to get us a fair bit of honey in. So we'll have 4 people working in there, 4 people working in this one, And then we'll allow this granary here. Now, they do have a lot of bread. We might need to build another granary then. Let's build another granary. Should just fit there, and we'll have disable all of that and only allow them to take in honey. And that should see the patricians upgrade as well once they get the honey that they need. And the armor is starting to go up, which is good. We're at 57 out of 100, so I'm going to let that complete. We're still training, so it's not too much of an issue. I'm not going to pull my units back or anything yet. We're going to just have a look at what we need to do now. So there's a fair bit of exploration to do. This enemy legion has 55 archers, 14 cavalry, and 10 infantry. So we just need to put in a little bit more cavalry. So we're going to boost up the cavalry there to round about 50. We'll give them another 60 units of cavalry. We don't have any legionnaires trained yet, so we'll just move in, simulate the battle. Should be a quick victory for us again. There we go, done. Legion 4 doing the business, bringing home the goods. We can go here. You'll notice I've started doing some trading as well. It's not going too well because Davana here, they want iron. And we're not making enough per day. It says we're making about 104 per day, so we'll give them 100 per day. We can also donate some stuff to them to improve our diplomatic relations, so we'll do that. Then over at Norman Dykes, we can donate stuff to them, so that's good. And then we can actually give them some medicinal herbs, so I'm going to put in 30 medicinal herbs per day. Then over at my city, you can see here, we don't have enough iron there, but we are going to be able to do that. We're going to be able to do that. We can still continue with the wheat and the stone and the grapes, so that's good. We're good on all of those things. Right, so now that we've got that legion on the move again, we can now turn our attention to Legion number 1, who have a battle against 151 strong enemy there with 95 cavalry. So we're going to need to pump in a bit more infantry there, 31 archers and 23 infantry. So I am going to reinforce with a few more units of cavalry, and then we'll pump infantry into the rest of it. Then we'll head into battle, simulating again, and you see we come out of that relatively unscathed. We lost a fair bit of infantry, but we have now freed the city of Dun. So now that Dun is free, I think we're going to call it there. We've done quite a bit in terms of developing and getting legions together and stuff. So next episode, we will finalize our exploration of the map and free these last 2 cities, hopefully, and that will complete the DLC. Like I said, this is probably going to be the last couple of episodes of Citadelum coverage. We're going to move on to something new, but I hope you've enjoyed the game, and please do pick it up if you have an inclination to try it out yourself. There's a lot more sandboxy and custom map stuff that you can delve into, as well as 2 further DLCs. So thanks for watching, and I will see you for our finale next week. Bye-bye.